reminding me. So basically, there are many ways of saying it, but basically we are taking the vector triple product. Yes, scalar triple product. Sorry, we calculate moment, which is r cross f, and scalar product of the axis direction dot m is your moment about an axis.
Sir, one last
Essentially,
question.
it is all this is MBL is lambda dot RAB cross F. Now there are many ways of doing it. You could also try to solve in the form of a determinant. You anyhow, I mean, I'm sure you know how to calculate scalar triple products. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
So that is all that it is there. And can anybody tell me physically what does this mean? What does moment about a given axis denote? Physics point of view. What is the
Something
physical
that
meaning of this?
Rotation.
something that rotates.
Rotating effect
It,
is the
it
force
gives a
about its
tendency of the body to rotate about an axis.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, one
So
doubt.
can you state once more the difference between torque and moment?
Torque is used in the context when a body is rotating. Moment is used in the context of statics.
Okay,
So a
sir.
body, if you apply a moment, a body is not really rotating. It is still in a state of scalar equilibrium, static equilibrium.
Excuse me,
Sir,
sir. Sir, I
sir, I
didn't
had a
actually
doubt.
get that moment about axis. Can you please explain how to find that?
So how do you calculate moment about an axis? First of all, let me go back to my previous slide. So let us say I have a force F. I want to find out moment about axis BC. Okay. First of all, I will take any point in this line denoted by L having direction lambda. I will take moment about that point. Let us say I chose point B. So I will do R AB cross F is the moment about point B. Now if I project that M to this unit axis L, actually it should be lambda, that is moment about a point. Moment about an axis, sorry.
Yes.
Okay. So step 1, I will take
Sir.
moment about a point. Step 2, I will project that moment about a point which is a vector to a axis.
Sir, if force is acting on one of the point of axis, then moment about axis will always be zero, but
Yes.
moment about any other point may or may not be zero, right? Force is acting on one of the point of axis, then moment about axis will always be zero, as they will be also in same plane.
So, but it is not necessary
Sir,
that this axis and the force will always intersect. Is it necessary?
No, sir.
yes.
Those two are skew lines, non-intersecting, non-coplanar.
Correct. Yes.
Sir, can you give an example of movement in a real life situation?
So imagine that you have a, how do I so? Okay, have you seen in a real life situation? So in high-rise in buildings, on the outer of the wall there is a small cantilever. Have you seen that?
No, sir.
How do I draw it?
What is that? If you explain, I can
Once
say.
repeat.
So just below the window, sometimes there is a small outside of the wall. There is a small amount of small layer. Yes or no? Unfortunately, I can't draw on top of this PDF. Wait. So I'm stopping to share. And let us share again. Okay, so So if this is a building, which 1 minute, this is a building. You have na something like this.
Yes, sir. To prevent rainfall, I think.
Yes, something like this. Now
Yeah.
imagine that a monkey is hanging here. How to draw that monkey? So let us see. Okay. So let us say a monkey is hanging on this cantilever. Now, what is happening? What is happening in this region where the wall is joined to this cantilever? That is a resultant moment that the wall will get.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So there is no rotation, but a torque acts.
Yes, yes. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you please explain that how we resolve a vector into two components which are not non-orthogonal?
That is our question in the problem sheet. That is question number 2. We will look
Yes,
at
sir.
that question.
Sir, I did not got it.
Okay, we'll go there. Today is meant to be tutorial. I just because your doubt solving class was a little bit short. I'm trying to explain a few things which are new concept.
Sir,
So
can we also
Okay, sir.
find the torque about an axis, or just moment about an axis is valid?
I don't know, to be honest. I can find out and I can tell you. So how about
Sir,
this
if
one?
the body is
Yes, sir, doubt.
So I think this is a new concept for most of you. Yes, resolving forces into a force couple system.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Did
sir.
you guys
Yes.
understand this, or was it clear in your doubt
Yes, sir.
solving session, or should I go through it?
Sir,
Easy, sir.
please go
It's
through
easy.
it.
It's easy,
No,
very
sir.
good.
Repeat it once.
So the basic idea is that there is a force F at point A. Now, can I replace this force F at point A with force F and some moment, but not at point A, but at point O? Okay. So what we are doing is at the point where I want to have the force and the moment, so problem statement is clear. Yes, at point A there is a force. I want to replace this with a force and a moment at point O. Both of them should be equivalent, but the point of application is changing from A to O. How do we do that? So the idea is, let's say O is the point which is of interest to me. I want force and moment at this point. So at O, let us put a equal and opposite force F and minus F such that it is parallel to our initial force F. Now plus F and minus F, they are causing a couple which is M0 and the force is already there. So now I have force and a couple at point O. A and C are equivalent.
sir, but
Clear,
the
na?
direction of the MO, how did you
Direct-
Yes,
decide
sir.
it?
How is direction written?
How is the
Which type?
direction?
Of what?
MO, sir, you wrote there, no, sir, moment.
M is a couple. So F and F prime are at a distance R. So it's a couple.
Yes, you wrote the direction perpendicular, no, sir. Perpendicular to F, you wrote MO, no, sir.
Yes. Yeah. So it will be perpendicular to the force. So it is F and I have introduced plus and minus F and minus F and plus F. So this minus F and this plus F are causing a couple M0. So if you know the direction of
That
F
M0 is perpendicular to.
is perpendicular
that,
to the direction F and the perpendicular distance between F and F minus F.
Okay.
Sir, can you also please explain the second last example in lecture 3?
So now if I can do that for one force, I should also be able to do it for multiple forces. Yes, one by one I can convert all my forces to a force and moment at a point, and then I can do a vector addition. So that way it need not be a force. A force can be replaced by a force and a moment at some other point, but a number of forces can also be done that. Can also be replaced by a single force and moment at some arbitrary point. So let us look at this example. In this example, you have a body which is subjected to multiple forces. 40, 60, 80, 50 and a moment. So what we try to do is we'll find the resultant, all the x component of the forces, y component of the forces, and I have the resultant r and I have the direction. I think steps 1 to 4 all of you know how to do. Yes.
Yes, sir.
If a body is
Yes,
subjected
Yes,
to
sir.
number of forces,
Yes,
you
sir.
should be able to calculate what the resultant of all the forces is and what angle does the resultant pass through. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, that is
Yes, sir.
straightforward. Now let us take moment of all the forces about point O and call it M0. M0 will be equal to 140, this moment minus 50 into 5 plus 60 cos 45 into 4, 2 plus 2 minus 60 sin 45 into 7, and you get some value of M0. M0 is the moment about point O of all the forces. Okay. So basically it means that at point O, I can have the resultant force at some angle and the moment about this point. So all the forces was replaced by a single force and the moment about that point. Now the question is there some point, not O, but is there some unknown point where this moment will disappear, where the entire moment and forces can be replaced by a single moment? Let that point be point A. Okay. Now at point A, the couple is going to be R into D or OA. That if that is equal to M0 minus 237 Newton meters, so at that point OA, all the forces and moments are replaced by a single force. Sorry. So this is an example where if I have four forces, one couple, there will at least be one point where all the four forces and one couple reduce to one single force. And step by step, it is shown how to do that. Steps 1 to 4, find the resultant and the angle of the forces. All the forces are added up. This is the resultant. This is the angle at which the forces passes. Find moment about a point. Let us find the moment about point 0. Now, at some
what
other
is
point,
O
if I
here?
replace this force R is equal to 148.3 Newton, I will get force and a moment. If that at that point the moment M is equal to M0, then the entire system is now only subjected to one force. Let that point be A. So I will get R into D prime is equal to M0. Based on this, I can find the value of M0. I can find the value of D, sorry. So this entire force at some point, which is at distance 1.6 meters from point O, is the force having force magnitude 148.3 Newton at an angle 63.2 degree, is the resultant of all the forces and the moments that were applied.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, you in the first diagram you have wrote 140 Newton meter, no sir.
So 140, that's why in M0 I have said 140 minus, these are
So
the
the direction, how can you, the direction of that is inward or outward, sir? I mean,
clockwise is positive, anti-clockwise is negative. This is anti-clockwise.
how do you know that is anti-clockwise, sir? I mean,
By looking at the directions of the arrow.
arrow. Yes, sir. Okay.
Sir, so basically, we do not know the position of resultant. So we did the step 7 to find the position of resultant.
Yes, and that if forces passes through that point, then the entire resultant of all the forces and moments is a single force.
Okay, sir.
Sir, O is given here, or we are assuming the point O?
You can assume any point and you will still get the same result if instead of O, let us say you took this point.
Okay.
The value of D would be different, but the exact position of point A would be same.
Okay.
Sir, why did you draw a circle there?
Because at point O, anywhere in this circle, so it just gives me the value of D. It does not tell me. So the force is actually passing through
A.
A. Why
It's
is it?
To find the
tangent there, no,
distance
sir.
D.
It just should tell us the perpendicular distance. Wait 1 minute. Why did
It's
it?
tangent there, right?
It should be tangent to this circle. Correct. Tangent to this circle such that, but this 63.2 degree should be there. You are right.
Sir,
Yes. 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 It is tangent to
can
this
any
circle,
case,
but this angle 63.2 has to be respected, so it will pass through A.
sir, does any such case arise in which the circle drawn intersects the body in 2 points?
Could be. Mathematically, it could be, but I can't think of a problem where this has happened. Mathematically, it could be.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So
Sir, I
keep these
couldn't
points in
understand the
mind.
last
You will need
step.
this to solve problem number 11 in your problem sheet.
Sir, I couldn't understand the last step. How did we get the point where we only apply the force?
So let us say I want to go at point O. I have a force R is equal to 148.3 Newton whose direction is known, and I have a moment whose magnitude is known. Now if I convert this force from point O to some other point, I have a force and a couple, correct? If
Yes, sir.
force at point O is replaced by force at some other point, I will get a force and a couple at that point. Now, if the value of that couple is equal to M0, equal and opposite, then at that point there is only a force.
Yes, sir.
So we are trying to find R into D is equal to M0. So I want to find the value of D such that R into D is equal to M0.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, we are in this example, we are trying to find the force couple system at point O, right? But
No,
if we
you want
change,
to, no. We are trying to find out whether all the forces and the couples can be
yes.
replaced by a single resultant force only.
Okay, so that's for later. I mean, in step up till the diagram A, we are finding at point O
Yes.
the net force and net moment.
Yes.
But if we say if we used another point B in the body, then this
Yes.
point A for that B, I mean the place where the couple and force result in a single force, would that change, right?
No, it will not change.
It will be the same point in the body.
So for a certain set of forces and a certain geometry of the body, this position, the sliding vector which is passing through A, it would still remain, it would still pass through A. The direction and the resultant would still be the same.
Okay, so this A point will be unique for the body and the set of
Yes.
forces.
You can say A will be unique, or the direction and the resultant and direction of this force would be unique. Now it is a sliding vector, remember?
Yes, yes.
It would
Yeah, so
still
we,
pass through this line.
in
The
the line of
resultant
action,
should
yes.
still pass through this line.
So the line of action will be unique.
Yes.
understood.
Line and magnitude is also unique.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, sir, one more doubt, sir. In that 140 moment that was there, sir, how can we miss? It was not on point O, but we have when we are
It's a
finding the
couple.
moment about point.
It says 4 forces and 1 couple. Couple you can slide.
Acha, a couple you can slide in any direction.
Yes, as long as you maintain the direction, couple does not really have a position where it is applied. Okay.
भास्कर दिवाकर नमस्तुभ्यं प्रभाकर नमोस्तुते
Hello, sir.
Can I go to the next? Is this okay?
Yes, sir. Means
Yes, sir.
we can slide couple to any point.
Yes.
Sir, I have a
Okay, sir.
doubt.
Tell
Sir,
me.
the resultant of all the four forces must pass through a same line of action. Means the resultant of the forces is another force, so it must have a line of action.
Yes.
So that line of action must pass through O.
No. At O, we found
So,
out that the resultant is a force and a couple.
sir, but any force when it is applied to rigid body, it must have a line of action.
Yes.
So if the resultant of all the four forces is another force and it is all acting on that rigid
It is a
body.
force and a couple. The resultant of all the forces is a force and a couple.
Okay, sir.
At point O,
So,
you have a
sir,
force and a couple. You don't have a force only.
okay,
Sir,
okay, sir.
sir, O is not unique, na?
O is not unique. We could have done this exercise anywhere we liked. We decomposed all the forces and couples into a force and couple at point O. You could have done it at any other point. Value would be different, but the final answer, this figure C, would always come out to be same.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, if we had taken a reference point on the line of action of the final force, then the torque would be 0.
Yes.
So we will get the final answer as the resultant torque is 0.
Yes. Usually that is what will be expected in the problem, that a body of forces is given. We have to find a point where the torque is 0 and the entire resultant is one single force. That is usually the end point of a problem.
Okay.
Okay, so can we go to the problem sheet? I think
Yes,
so. We
sir.
don't have enough time. Let us go to the problem sheet.
Yes,
If
sir.
before 4 o'clock we have some more doubts, then we can come back to theory. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
based
sir.
on the poll that I had done, most amount of votes went to problem number 1.
Yes, sir.
So how many of you could solve this problem?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have solved.
I solved.
I have also
I,
solved.
I think this is straightforward. Let me just quickly go through this since most of you voted for this. Okay, so now to solve problems like this is a basic vector problem. You need to calculate what is the coordinates of point M. What is the coordinate of point M? And what is the coordinate of point P? This is classic spherical coordinate axis system. So when you have to define a point in space, you will always need 3 quantities. In Cartesian, we go for x, y, z. In spherical coordinate systems, our 3 quantities are r, theta and phi. So our 3 values are r, theta, phi. If r, theta and phi is given, does everybody know how to find out x, y, z? How to convert, how to go from spherical coordinates to Cartesian coordinate system?
Yes, sir.
What
Yes,
is
sir.
x, y, and z?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, x is
Yes,
r
sir.
cos theta sin phi, y is r sin phi sin theta,
We
and
have to
z
project.
is r cos phi.
So x is r sin phi cos theta, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Y is
R sin
r
theta
sin
sin
phi
phi.
sin theta. And z is
R cos
r
phi.
R cos phi. Cos
phi.
phi.
Cos phi.
R cos phi.
Phi. And what are the coordinates of point M?
M is r cos theta by 2, r sin theta by 2, comma 0.
Yes. So it is basically r by 2 cos theta, r by 2 sin theta, and 0.
By 2 sin.
Now, once you know the value of M and P, it should not be very difficult to find out the magnitude and direction of force F, correct?
Yes, sir. I got it now.
Anybody who could not do this? Vedant, you have raised your hand. Any question you have? No. Okay. ठीक है. Clear? Can I go to next question? This everybody could do?
Sir, PM bar is
Yes, sir.
direction of F bar.
Which one?
PM bar.
BMR.
PM, sir. P.
P and M, yes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, we need to find out the direction of line MP. F is along that line. So we found out the coordinates of point P, coordinates of point M, and then you make the vector along MP.
Sir?
Find a unit vector along MP, multiply it with L, that is your answer.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, how is y coordinate is r?
Y coordinates of what? No, Y coordinate is not R. Y coordinate is sin theta sin phi. R sin theta sin phi.
R sin theta.
Sir, how to find the coordinate of point M?
How to find the coordinates of what?
Sir, point M.
Point M. M is lying, so this point M is lying on the XY plane. So you are just doing projection of line OM into X and Y axis.
M
Same
is
denominator I
midpoint
was
of
getting
OM,
to.
sir, given.
It is not explicitly mentioned, but I think we are making this assumption that M and N are in the XY plane. Points M and N are on the XY plane. That's our
So it's
assumption.
visible from the diagram, no?
That's why but it is not mentioned. I mean, from the figure we have to understand. Last year when I did the same tutorial session, some people disputed this. They said it's not, so we don't know how to make this assumption, but yeah.
So M is midpoint of ON, so they all saved be in same plane.
No, M is midpoint of N. So what is the guarantee that N is along the XY plane? Point N is in the plane XY.
Sir,
Sir,
that
also
circle
they
is
haven't
drawn to
given the-
illustrate the
So
same
I
thing.
mean, basically we are making this
Since the
assumption that if I
circle-
have AB is one continuous arc of your circle, of your sphere. That is the assumption we are making.
Sir,
What
they
would
also
happen if
haven't given that.
point N was here and A to B was like this?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, they also haven't given that the projection of OP along XY make theta with the X and Y axis, no, sir.
Projection of
OP
along
XY plane.
XY plane is theta.
They haven't given that the angle is theta, no, sir. How can we take that?
That angle is 90 degree minus phi, I think so.
That is phi is given.
Phi is given, sir, but you have wrote the x coordinate
Yeah,
as
we
r.
need two angles, na? To find out the point P in your spherical coordinate axis system, you need r, phi, and theta.
Yes, sir. They haven't given
It
the
is given, sir.
Theta is given, no?
To locate point P, theta and phi is given.
Given, that's what I'm saying, yes. It is not, I mean, so there is some interpretation going on in this problem. Everything is not explicitly mentioned. You have to look at the figure and understand.
Sir, we have assumed that the projection of OP along ON, sir, the projection of OP along XY plane is on ON.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Fine.
Okay, so question number 2. Question number 2 was very straightforward, I thought. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. It is.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. It was. Yes,
The
sir.
easiest problem in
Yes,
the
sir.
Yes, sir.
Which problem should we look at next?
Yes.
Sir, question 10. Question 8.
Eight, sir.
Eight.
Question
Can
number
we
eight.
should we come
Seven,
directly
sir,
like that?
seven.
No, 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 no.
8, sir.
Sir, I have one doubt. In question number 7, we are getting the approximate answer. They just approx the value by 0.5.
Yes, sir. I also have the same doubt. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
first let me ask you a basic question. Okay, I want to see how you guys did this question. I'll draw something. This is question number 3. Okay. In question number 3, it was written that instead of applying 300 Newton at point A, they want to apply some point force at B, and we had to find the direction. Now, how many of you found out the direction using maxima minima? How many of you found out the direction using common sense?
Common
Sir, I
sense.
common sense.
Common sense.
Common sense.
How many of you use the concept of maxima minima? And how many of you use common sense? Please, I have typed 2 messages. Or okay, let me change the question. How many of you don't know when I say common sense what it means? What exactly I am saying when I am saying there is a common sense answer to the second part of this question? Anybody who doesn't understand this?
Sir, excuse me, I was disconnected. Can you repeat?
So this question says that instead of 300 Newton applied at point A, we want to apply some force at B so that I get the same moment. And that applied force should be as low as possible. So there are 2 ways of solving this problem. One is to solve everything in terms of theta and then do maxima minima. The second thing could be there is some trick, there is some common sense going on in this problem, where you don't need maxima minima, you just need basic understanding of how to calculate moment. Or let me show you something, okay? So I have this line which is connecting A, B and D. Now, for the same magnitude of force, the direction of force which is perpendicular to line BD will have the highest moment. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And for
Yes,
this,
sir.
you can easily solve the second part of this question. I mean to say that, imagine that you have, this is 90 degrees, suppose, okay? If the magnitude of force is same, if the blue line and the red line magnitude is same, which will cause higher moment?
So the blue line.
Blue line.
Yes.
Blue line.
From there, we could actually calculate at what direction it should be. We had to calculate shapes. We have to calculate this angle. Now angle DBA is 45 degree and DB and the direction of this force should be 90. So this should have been 45 degrees, which is the answer. The same thing you can do using maxima minima also, but it will be slightly longer. That's it.
So could you explain once again, sir?
Yes. So now we want to calculate that some force is applied at point B such that the moment due to that point force B is as high as possible. To get the highest possible moment due to a force, that force should be perpendicular to line BD.
Yes, sir.
So from that we can easily calculate that the answer is 45 degrees. Moment, yeah, like as Sampurat says, moment is R cross F. F is minimum when F and R are perpendicular to each other.
Yes.
I don't know what the direction should be. Okay, so somebody is saying maybe the direction should be this.
Yeah, that's correct, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clockwise.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Rotation.
Anti-clockwise movement.
Okay, good. Number 3. Everybody could do number 3. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
4.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
5. I think
Yes,
there was lots of vote for question number 5. So let me quickly describe how to do this number 5. So in this problem, a bar is given like shaped something like this, and the problem statement says structure shown is constructed of circular rod, mass is 7 kg per meter of length. Determine the moment m0 about O caused by the weight of the structure. Determine the magnitude. How can we solve this problem?
Hello, sir. Yes. Sir, first we find torque of
Center of
1.1 meter rod.
Center of mass.
Center of mass.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Torque acting from the center of mass.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Considering
Center.
center of mass of
Torque
all
about
rod
center of
differently.
mass, or you could
No, sir, we
also
can find coordinates of all the masses. I mean,
We can take it as two
isn't
objects.
necessary to find center of.
Sir, we can break the rod into 3 parts and then find moments of
yeah,
the
that's
3
what I
weights.
was suggesting. I would break it like this.
Yes, sir. Center of mass isn't necessary, I think.
Center
All
of mass
three.
might be a little bit tricky. I would do this, where I would
I
break
did using center
actually
of
not
mass
into
also.
3, not but into 4. But this will pass through O, so it doesn't matter. Now for each of them, it's very easy to calculate the centroid and the coordinate axis of the coordinate of the centroid of this part. It will be what? It becomes x is 0, y is how much?
0.55.
0.55.
So it is. So what is the coordinate of this point?
0.55, comma 2.
0.55, 2. Oh, sorry.
What to?
So this will become, is this right? It is 0, 0.55, comma 2. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
What is the coordinate of this
Yes,
point? Minus 0.6, 1.1, comma 1, comma 2. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And what is this?
Plus 0.4.
Plus 0.4, 1.1, 2.
1.1.
2. And all the forces have only k component, minus k. These are the coordinates of the points. All the forces only have a k component, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now you can easily find out the moment about point O. This
Sir.
is one way of doing it. The other way, as somebody has said, we can find the center of mass of the entire body and do it all at once.
Sir,
Yes.
so can we consider that rod at the rod at the extreme end, which is 0.8 plus 1.2 as single rod, and then can we consider the weight acting from its center
Yes.
instead of considering?
Yes.
Yes, sir. I have done that.
I have done like
You can do that also. You can do that also.
Sir, I have taken a different value of G which crossed the tolerance.
Normally, na,
sir,
in
what-
problem, at least if it is somewhere where if you will get evaluated, the value of G that you have to take will be given in the problem.
Oh, okay, sir. Then okay.
It will always be given. As soon as evaluation and marks that are to be given, you will get the value of G that you have to take.
Sir, another thing that in the question it is not mentioned up to how much decimal place we have to round off.
That also will be given. If it is a marks, if you are being evaluated for it, it will be given for you. This problem sheet is for practice only. Our assumption is that if you are able to solve the problem sheet entirely by yourself, you will be able to solve all the questions in the exam and assignment. That is our assumption.
Okay,
Sir, this sheet is not in assignment.
No.
Sir, actually in Moodle it is written that solve assignment 1.
So where, but it is written solve assignment 1, but this is not assignment 1.
Sir,
Now,
have you shared
now
assignment?
since you are in college, I think one of the things that you will have to very quickly get into the practice is that unlike school, it is not always that people will be watching you. It is not that you will do something only if you have to do. I mean, almost all of you are either 18 years old or about to be 18 years old, meaning all of you are almost adults or already adults. So doing problem sheets will ensure that you will be able to attempt all the questions in the exam and or you will be able to do all the assignments by yourself. It is not doing the assignment, taking part in the exam is mandatory. Doing the problem sheet is in your best interest, but nobody can force you to do it. Clear?
Sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Have you shared the assignment 1, sir?
Assignment 1 will open at 4:30 p.m. today.
Okay. And the deadline of
in Moodle, and the deadline is Sunday midnight.
Sir, will it be of 20 minutes?
No. I think it is unlimited time till Sunday evening you have to solve it.
Sir, can we take help of some reference
if we
material
have
while solving assignment?
Yes. I mean, I can't really check. Yes, what you are doing over the 2 days in the weekend, how can we check?
Sir, grading will be done on that assignment or not?
What?
Grading will be done on that assignment?
Yes. Only the mock assignment is not for grading. The assignments, from now, all the assignments, all the exams are for marks.
Sir, what is the mock
Sir, once we-
assignment?
Sir,
What
if
is-
we have
not
doubt
yet,
with
sir.
that assignment, so what we do?
No, wait, one at a time. Somebody was asking what is something.
Mock assignment.
Assignment was yesterday.
Sir, I did not get that.
What did you not get?
Mock assignment.
You have to log into Moodle and it was open yesterday.
Sir?
I think in our class, 6 students did not attend the mock assignment yesterday. I will send you a separate email.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, today's assignment will be on Moodle also.
Today assignment will be on Moodle, yes.
Okay.
Sir, yesterday my laptop is switched off because it is fully discharged, sir, due to no power. There no power.
Again, like I said few minutes ago, all of you are adults. Try to deal with your problems. What can I say? I mean, I cannot come to your house and charge your laptop.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Excuse me, sir, we will be
assignment
submitting
submission
MS
format did you send us?
Did I send something? What?
Submission
Yeah.
format. Assignment submission
Submission
format. Format, sir. In which format we have to submit?
in the guideline, in the first email that I sent you, there was a guideline document, page number 3.
Okay, sir.
From
Let us
next
get
steps,
back to our
are you
problems. Yes, somebody had a question?
sir from
Sir,
next
and
text
It will be
onwards?
uploaded in MS Team.
Assignment to be
Or-
uploaded in MS Teams. The final answer that you write, you solve, and in Moodle you have to input some numbers.
So if you have doubts
Can
in
you
the
say it again?
assignment problem, so then
No. If
we
you have
should
doubts in
ask.
assignment problem, you cannot approach me. That you have to do yourself.
Sir, from
Sir,
next test
I
onwards, are you going to mail us?
No, today at 4:30 it will open in Moodle. Log in. You already know your username and password. Log into Moodle. From 4:30 it should be visible.
Hello, sir.
Sir, excuse me,
hello,
sir.
sir.
Sir,
One at
once
a
we
time. So
start
first
the
of all,
assignment,
Dax. Wait, one at a time, please. Dax, what is your question? Dax, what's name?
my hand.
Pranab Krishna, what is your question?
Sir, I had the question regarding the question navigation in Moodle. I could not navigate between the questions. It was written in the assignment guidelines, but I could not navigate.
No,
So,
it is there. We have tried. At the bottom of the screen, next page should be there. Were you using a smartphone?
no, sir, desktop web
It
from
should be. It
the
should be there.
browser.
It should be there. Look carefully. Next page was there.
So next page was there, but once we skipped to the next question, we could not go back.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
that
sir.
is how it is. That
It
is
is
how
for
it
the
is.
test only. For the
That is by
assignment,
design. That is by design. If you go from one question to next question, you cannot come back to that question.
Okay, so we'll have to do
Sir, even
serially.
if we flag, we can't go back to that question.
Now, even if you want, you cannot go back. You have to answer, and then only you go to the next question.
Okay, sir, I did not know this.
Okay, sir.
Sir, is this applicable
even
for
in
the assignment
assignment,
as well, or
Assignment is free navigation. Test is like we had yesterday.
and sir, how can we check whether our answers were right or wrong in the mock assignment, or we cannot do that?
You cannot do that.
Okay.
So during the assignment, if I solve a few questions, then I log out and next day I solve
Should
the
be
remaining.
possible. Should be possible.
Okay.
Saptarshi, what is your question?
So that was my question.
Okay, sorry.
Yes,
Kapil
sir.
Agarwal.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in this question, I have taken the value of G as 9.8. Then there is a difference of 0.5 in my answer and the answer given in the sheet.
Yes. So,
So, sir,
in
what
the sheet, don't worry. Try to solve it as accurate as you can. In the exam, we will give you precise value of G that you must take always. You will never have to guess the value of G.
Hello,
so
sir.
one more question regarding the assignment. We have to submit the entire workout of the assignment in MS Teams, or it will be mentioned like yesterday. It is mentioned like only question 2.
It will be mentioned.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
It will be
Sir,
mentioned this question.
sir, I am not able to see assignment, sir.
Have you logged into Moodle?
Yes, sir.
Are
Today,
you
sir.
part of the team?
No, sir. I am totally blank, sir.
Please send me by email your name and roll number.
Okay, sir. Institute email, sir.
Yeah, your institute email and your roll number and your section.
Sir, during test, we can use scientific calculator.
You can use scientific calculators.
Thank you.
Sir, sir, yesterday's answer will not be discussed in the questions.
Yesterday is not. After, so the assignment and the class test, after we have graded, we will tell you the correct answers.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
And we cannot tell you the exact answer because all of you got unique data. Everybody's data was different.
Okay.
Yes, Abhay makes a very good point. The assignment that we have to submit it in the assignment section, not in the file section. If everybody starts putting assignments in the file section, then in the file section, instead of 5, 6 files, we'll have hundreds of files, which we don't want. So find the assignment section and post all your answers in the in the assignment section, not in the section where the files are kept. Special
In the MS
attention
Teams,
to Dhananjay and Kuldeep. Thank you, Abhay, for pointing this out.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, in question number 7.
Good. So now we are coming back to our problem sheet. Okay. Great. Let us share the
Sir,
content.
I was unable to understand the solution number 7.
1 minute. So can you see question number 7? What does the problem say? The problem says a rectangular platform. This is the rectangular platform. C, A, B, D, C is the rectangular platform. It is hinged at A and B. So these are hinges. And there is a frictionless hook at E. So this is hooks like this. The tension in each cable is 1349 Newton. Determine the moment about each of the coordinate axis exerted by cable at C. So this CE, you know that the magnitude is 1349 Newton. You know the directions. You have to find out the moment of this force about point. So the component of that moment about the 3 axes that you have to find out.
Yes, sir. About the
Sir,
z-axis,
it will be
would
zero
be
about 0.
It would be 0.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
So
but
only one
about the
answer
x
is given.
Yes,
Y will
about,
be different.
so they only the about x and y axis there are some values. About z axis it should be 0.
Sir, only one answer
sir,
is
but
given. So we got
So 1598 is the about the x component, 559 is about the y component, about the y axis.
Sir, so shouldn't we write this
hence their
separately?
linear combination. Yes.
So we are getting 1597.5 and 958.5.
That's fine. So
Yes,
in
sir.
this problem, it seems that it was rounded off to 0 places of decimal.
Sir, it is actually given about origin, and
Yes,
as
sir.
origin lies on all the axes, so this is valid.
Which one? That's what. Now C is passing through the z axis. That's why the z component is 0.
Sir, we have a problem with rounding off, sir.
What problem do you have? Tell me.
Sir, I'm getting as 1597.5.
1597.5
for the iPad, and for the other one we are getting 958.5.
Okay. So in this problem, it seems that they have rounded it off to 0 places of decimal. That's why.
So should we go above or below, sir?
It will be written clearly. I mean, when you are being evaluated, it will be written that write the answer to 1 place of decimal or 2 or 4 or 0. It will be written clearly.
What?
Okay.
Sir, what's going on?
Sir, can you please explain 8th question?
Sir,
I have a doubt in question number 7. Sir, that shouldn't we write these two terms separately?
Yes, sir. Plus should not be there.
Sir?
So otherwise, it would make it about the origin.
Yes, sir.
About each axis, sir, it is being asked. Sir is muted.
कर तो मम्मी खेलने की तैयारी में है ये हर्षित
Mic off.
Sir, you are not audible.
Sir, you are not audible.
Nirbhay, what is your question? Sorry. Now I'm audible?
Yes, sir, you are
Sir,
audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shouldn't we have mentioned the components separately instead of a
We
plus?
should write the
Otherwise, it
components separately. This is an error. Thank you for pointing it out. You are right. This is an error.
Yes, sir.
sir,
That was down.
that means we
Ram
have to find it about
Sundaram. Ram Sundaram. Wait, one at a time, please. Ram Sundaram, what is your question?
Sir, could you do question number 10?
But let us finish 7. We'll go. We'll finish. Up till 7, what is the... In question number 7, if anybody has a doubt, please raise your hand. Otherwise, lower your hand, please. Anubhav, Soni, AK Vishwanathan. In question number 7, is there any question?
Sir, Vishwanathan.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, in 7th question, I got 158.5.
158.5?
No, sorry, sir. 1587.5, and then the direction I have got reverse as the direction
It
given
is
in
wrong.
question.
You have made some mistake in the calculation somewhere. 1597.5, I can understand.
Yes, sir. That thing I got, and the direction I got reverse. Like for I cap, I got positive, and then J cap negative.
Something, I think you are making some error in your vector quantification. That is it. Please check again.
Sir, how can we decide the direction of tension? Because it is mentioned that
Tension is
the
always
wire
positive. Tension is always positive. Tension is causing the wire CE to be longer in length.
at C it is acting towards E, and at E it is acting towards C. So the wire at C, in the question it is mentioned
Always
that
away from point of application.
Let us draw the free body diagram of CE. So
yes.
I have to stop sharing. Stop sharing.
Sir.
Now I will share. This one. Okay. So let's say this is my cable. This is state of tension. Now let us say that this wait, so what wait 1 minute, okay. Okay, now so it is something like this, yes. Simplistically, these are my cables. Now this cable, if I copy, paste. Now, when I'm saying that this cable is in a state of tension, this is what is happening, that this is happening. Now at this point, now if I want to only draw cable separately and my bar separately, then at this point it is going to be this equal and opposite. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So question number 7 is okay.
Sir,
Clear to everybody?
Sir, I have one doubt in this question.
You are Sony?
That why is the... Yes, I'm Aditya. Yes, Aditya Soni. I had the doubt that why the answer mentioned is not a correct format. because we have mentioned the direction vectors along with it. So torque along
Okay, okay.
x-axis will always follow I cap.
As I said, this is a mistake. It's a typo. We will get it corrected. Don't worry.
No, I think this is not a typo. It is a correct way of mentioning torque. Why we have
Moment
mentioned the
about,
net torque.
about an axis. They want about each coordinate axis separately. It says knowing
so
the
we have to write
tension principle is 1349 Newton. Determine the moment about each of the coordinate axis system. Moment about the different coordinate axis system we have to calculate.
So we have to mention
This
the
moment,
two parts
the
separately.
scalar unit vector across x dot this is the moment about x-axis. If the question was determine the component of moment about x, y and z axis, then this is correct. They are not asking component of each component of the moment about x, y and z axis. It is the moment about each of the coordinate axis system. So I have to do I cap dot minus 1598 I plus 959 j. This is my component about the I axis.
Understood, sir. Thank you.
Good. So question number 8.
Yes, sir,
sir,
we
how
haven't got that.
Yes.
Yes,
We
sir, I have
haven't
doubts.
got that, sir. Can you please explain that?
So in question number 8, actually, wait. One minute. Good. So a single force P is acting, okay, in a direction perpendicular to BC, knowing that mx is 20, my is this, mz is this, find out the value of P, phi and theta. So we have to find out the moment about point A, which has three components, mx, my, mz, that is given, and there are three unknowns, P, phi and theta, three unknowns, three equations, you should be able to solve it. Calculate the moment about point A, then you have that moment will have x, y and z component which is given, and you have three unknowns, P, theta and phi, three unknowns, three equations. That is how you solve it, I think. Okay.
Sir, but
Yes.
how did we decide that we have to calculate the moment about only A? It can be about region.
Single force acts in a direction perpendicular to the angle BC is shown.
We have to calculate with respect to axis, sir.
I think about axis OA, sorry. The design of the equipment is such that this is some sort of lever which will rotate about OA. And we find out the value of the moment about OA axis.
Sir, I got all the correct answers just by calculating moment about O.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. About origin.
About origin.
It is not written clearly. A single force P acts at C in a direction knowing that. I will find out, okay, I will find out from the person who has said this question. I think the second sentence is incomplete, yes? It should be that.
Get the correct answer if you
MX
calculate about O.
My is 8, mz is 30 at point O. Or at point A, whatever it should be told, yes, that information is missing, correct?
Yes,
No,
sir. If you
sir.
calculate at O, the answer will be
Could
correct.
be movement about the axis.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
MX is about
actually, it is
x-axis.
About an axis is independent of choice
all the
of point.
axes. It is given for all
MX
the
is
three
about
axes.
x-axis, my is about y-axis, and mz is about z-axis.
Yes, sir. So, sir, we can
We
calculate
first
about
calculated
O.
about O, and then from that lambda by taking the dot product, it's about mx, my, and mz.
Acha, okay. Please give me some time. I will find out with the question setter and I will find out exactly what it is. Okay. Question 8 remains unresolved. By the end of day today, you will get an email from me about question number 8. Okay.
So, but I have got the answer, so I will.
Okay, you have got it, but let me just clarify whether what you have done is right. Sometimes it might be coincidental also. Yes.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
And it can be like a clock, you know, in a clock, if there is no battery, even then twice a day it will show you correct time. That does
Yeah,
not
yeah.
mean that the clock is working. So we'll be sure. For question number 8, I will send you an email by today evening. Little bit, I think there is some ambiguity in the
Okay,
language.
Okay, sir.
Question number 9 is very easy. It is very similar to the problem we had solved last week. Yes?
Yes, sir. 10. Question number 10.
Yes, sir.
Good. So question number 10, basically they are saying, if the resultant of two forces and couple moment M passes through O, it means that if we resolve the two forces and this couple everything to point O, then it is only a force. It is not force and a couple. Remember in the presentation we discussed, so I am going to my, which we discussed. So basically this is saying that at point O, this condition is satisfied in my problem, that there is only a force. The entire resultant passes through O. Okay, let us solve this. Let me try to do something with this. So I will take a snapshot. Paste it here. Stop sharing. Now I will share. Okay. So now we have to find out the value of M such that if I move to point O, there is only one net force. There is no force and a couple. At point O, the entire system of forces, that is 320 Newton, 400 Newton and this couple, reduces to only a force. Clear? Is the problem statement clear?
Excuse me, sir. That means that anti-clockwise moment is equal to clockwise moment.
That means that if
About
at
point
point
O.
O, at
About
point
O,
O,
about O.
it means that at point O, if the two forces 400 Newton and 320 Newton are converted to a force and a couple at point O, the value of the couple is the same as M. Equal and opposite.
Okay, sir.
So how will you, so let us do one by one. Let us call this point, wait.
Sir, really, I didn't get the question, sir.
Okay, let me tell you.
What you said was okay, sir, but I can't understand what you have said by reading the question.
Okay, sorry. So what is the statement? I am reading out the statement. If the resultant of two forces and couple moment M passes through O, means that at point O, if the entire resultant of the forces and couple is put to point O, you will only get one resultant force. That is what the problem is saying. There is one resultant only at point O. Again, let us go back to our slide to understand this better, to understand the language better. Okay. So once again, I am projecting this slide. Basically, what it is saying, that imagine that a body is subjected to some forces and moments. The resultant of all the forces and moment is passing through point C. Look at the bottommost figure. The resultant of all the applied forces and couple is passing through point C, because at point C you only have a resultant.
Yes, sir.
In the problem,
Okay,
it is
sir.
the same thing is given. The resultant of two forces and couple passes through O. So at O you only have a force. Okay or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got it.
Good.
So we can solve now, sir. Only language problem was there.
Okay. So try to solve. We have some time. I am online. Or help me to solve the problem. Let us solve this problem together. Okay, so let us call this as 1 minute, please. Let us call this as point A. Let us call this as point B. Okay. What is vector FA? What is vector FB? You need to calculate this, and then you will need also vector OA, vector OB.
Sir,
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
can't we just take the perpendicular of the one of the forces is already perpendicular, I think. We
Correct.
can take the perpendicular to the axis, I think.
Up to you. You can choose a coordinate axis system as you like.
Yes.
Yes,
So
sir, I got
we
it.
can
That
we
would
can
be a bit simpler.
use the moment terms for each of the forces directly.
So basically, it is saying this: calculate FA, FB, OA, OB, and moment about summation of moment about point O should be equal to 0. From that, you can get the value of M. OA cross FA plus OB cross FB plus MC, let's call this, plus MC is equal to 0. From that, you can get the value of MC or M. So I have, now this is the equation you have to solve. OA cross FA plus OB cross FB plus M is equal to 0. Okay, so please find the value of M. In the problem sheet, it is given up to 0 places of decimal. Try to solve it for 2 places, up to 2 places of decimal, and let me know once you get the answer.
So I am getting 147.96 Newton meter.
Yeah, same.
Same, sir.
I got the same answer.
Yes, 147. If you want the answer up to 2 places of decimal, 147.96 Newton meter is the correct answer. Anybody who could not get it?
Sir, in the figure, M is given about point C. So, but
It's
we
a
have
couple.
taken about
M
point
is about M is a couple about couple applied at C.
Okay, sir.
So finally in question it is written that there will be a net one force which is passing through O.
Yes.
So there
So
is
basically what we've done is the force FA is replaced by a force and couple passing through O. Force FB is replaced by a force and couple passing through O. And the summation of the 3 couples, that is couple due to force FA, couple due to force FB, and the couple that already is there, that should be equal to 0.
okay, sir, got it.
Okay, anybody who could not solve this? Clear now? This is only the language, I think once you
Yes,
understand
sir.
the language, this is a straightforward problem.
Sir,
Yes,
I
sir.
have a doubt in this question
Yes.
that when we calculate the torque due to a couple, the point about which we calculate the torque is of no importance. The answer would be same in all the cases. Is that
Yes,
right?
a couple is independent of the point of where that parallel arrows are drawn.
Okay, sir.
Good. Question number 11. Everybody could do this?
Yes,
No,
sir.
sir. Doubt is sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, now I think it is 11 and 12 are straightforward. 10 perhaps is the most difficult to understand problem. Otherwise, I think it is straightforward. Yes or no? I am hearing only voices of 2-3 people. I think the responsibility of raising of the voice.
Yes, sir.
If you
No,
don't
I have
understand,
doubt.
you know,
Yes, sir.
the candidate who has not understood. Huh?
Yes, sir. You
Yes, sir.
completed it.
Sir,
Excuse me, sir.
Just tell me.
sir,
In
in
question.
question number 11,
Yes.
am I audible?
Question number 11. Yes. What?
In question number 11, the last part, specify the point on the x-axis through which the force passes. I did not get the question properly. Only the last.
Okay.
Yes, same is the problem with me.
Let me do this for you.
I have calculated force and moment successfully, but the last part is not clear.
Okay. So, how do I go to the next slide? One minute. So, escape. Discard. Now, what happened was this. So we had. Let me draw something. We had something like this, okay? We had the two forces where these are the two engines where it was said that one is like this, the other force is at an angle 15 degrees, correct? Now, at point O, we found out that there was some resultant force and where is that? There is some force and couple, yes, something like this at point O. This is, you have done this. Unfortunately, there are so let me draw it better rather than draw it. So this is point A, this is point B. This angle was given to be what, 30 degrees?
15 degrees, sir.
Now, this was replaced by a force and a couple.
So the angle was 15 degrees.
This angle is 15 degrees. Yes?
No, sir. The angle at point B.
B. Achha. This is 15 degree. And how much was this angle?
It was not told, sir. We had to figure it out ourselves.
This was almost, wait, this was 7.5, yes? These two forces, both of them had magnitude T, but different direction, was replaced by a force and a couple at this point O, such that this had some magnitude and 7.5 degree. This was the first part of your question, correct? This was equal to your 1.9659 I plus 0.258 J cap, this force.
Sir, what is 7.5 degrees?
7.5 degree is tan inverse 0.2588 divided by 1.9659.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now the question was, what is the second part of the question? Replace this force couple by a single force. So at point O, so this everybody got, yes? What is the equivalent force couple at point O? Everybody agrees with what I have drawn?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we want
Yes,
to
sir.
replace the force and couple such that you only get a force. For that, what will I do?
Please repeat the last line you said.
So at point O, we have a force and a couple. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, at some distance D from this point O, this condition is satisfied that
Sir, we assume that point to be x, y, z, x, comma, y, comma, z, and then R
this is my
cross F is
condition.
equivalent
This is
torque.
my condition, correct or not correct? And we have to find out the value of D.
Yes.
D cross R is equal to M0 and
Oh, sir, I got it.
M0 is something like 3t minus 3t, so 3 into t, this was 3, so 3t minus 3t cos 15 plus 10t sin 15. So I get M0 to be something like 2.6904t. From that, I can get the value of D, which will come out to be 1.375 meters. Now, that should pass X. So, from this, there is a force which is passing tangential to this point. We have to find out this coordinate axis system. This is the value of D that we just calculated. This point, so the resultant force passes through tangent to this, and this point is our unknown in the last part of the question. Okay or not okay? This is very similar to the problem that we discussed in the beginning of this class before going to the problem sheet.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Or you could do Rx into A plus Rx into 0 plus Ry into A is equal to M0. Find the value of A.
Yes, sir, it is clear now.
Okay, good.
I had the same problem with question 12, but now I think I can do it.
Okay, thank you.
Sir,
So
I
the
didn't
first time I'm
understand the
trying to
question
teach
12
using a
figure.
tablet, so I realize that my writing is not exactly great, but hopefully it will get better. Okay. Any other question? Tanmay?
Yes, sir. I am unable to understand the question 12 figure.
Question 12.
So there are many arrows.
Question 12. If engine 3 of the aircraft suddenly fails, determine the result of the three remaining engines. Determine the resultant of the three remaining engine thrust vectors. Each has a magnitude of 90. Specify the YZ coordinates. So this is very similar to the problem we have just solved. Let us share the problem sheet. Where is that? PowerPoint. Okay, is the problem sheet visible? Now this aeroplane had four engines: engine 1, engine 2, engine 3, engine 4. Suddenly engine 3 stopped working. So this engine is not working. So now in this aeroplane you have three thrusts of 90 kilonewton each from engine 1, engine 2, engine 4.
Yes.
Okay. Now the question is, what is the resultant of these three forces? And
270.
the point at which the resultant passes. So there is some point such that these three forces lead to only one force and zero couple. What is that point and what
Yes,
is
sir.
the magnitude of the force? That is your problem.
Yes, sir.
I
I
had
can
a
find it
doubt
using
that
the previous problem, but I cannot understand where are the vectors passing from.
yes, sir. The z coordinates are hard to understand of 1,
Z
2,
coordinates
and
are all the same. You can assume Z to be 0, I think. No, wait.
No, sir. We
No,
have
no,
to
no, no.
calculate the Z
3 and 2
using those
meters
values
are
given.
given. So the engine number 2 is 3 meters above the above the XY plane. Engine number 1 is 2 meters above the XY plane.
So it
No,
is
sir.
above
2
the
is
XY
2
plane.
meter.
Is it above or below, sir?
Above.
It's above the XY plane
I
because
think it is above.
fine Z are given as positive. No.
one first engine should be above engine 2, no?
It should be
Yes,
above.
sir. First engine should be.
First engine is 3
Should be.
meters above. Second engine is 2 meters above.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, so Z coordinate of all the engines is positive.
Actually, no, sir. We have to take it downwards because Z is
Sir, they are
positive.
actually down of
We
the
are
wings
taking
of
it
the
Yes,
downwards
sir.
because
Down
arrows
of
are.
the Z coordinate.
sir, the arrows are also indicating that only.
Yes, sir. That y-axis is cutting the arrows.
The wings
If
of
we
plane is
consider
down
y-axis,
of
then
Z axis.
This is X.
So
this
the
is
origin is in the top part of the airplane. So the wings are below the z-axis or the positive z-axis only.
Yeah, arrows are present. Arrows are indicating direction from both the directions.
there
If
is
we look
both this. So
properly.
from the arrows you cannot make anything.
You
There is
cannot
one
anything.
downward pointing arrow, one
Sir, the
upward
wing,
pointing arrow.
sir, if we go ideally, the wings of an airplane are tilted. They are up. They are like a V shape type. They are not horizontal to the more plane body. So
That's why this 3 and 2. That's why if it was horizontal, then both would be 3.
But the
sir,
Z axis
those
is
3
taken
and 2
from
are
the
below the XY
upper
plane.
part of the aeroplane.
Sir, the y-axis is cutting the red arrows, so it is above the red arrows.
Z is downwards positive. Okay, first of all, let's get one by one. So Z is this. Okay, Z is downwards positive. Now, I also think it is Z value is +3 and +2, where Z is downwards positive.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So then answer will be Z in negative. It is positive.
Which one?
There is I had a visual problem with this question.
Z equal to sir -2.33 will come then. I think.
No. Why?
No, sir. Positive will only come.
Positive आएगा नहीं it will come positive.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Z is +3, +2, and the resultant that's why is +2.33. देखो ना, roughly what is happening is, what is average of 2, 2 and 3? It is 2.33. That is what you are getting here. 3 plus 2 plus 2 is 7. 7 divided by 3 is 2.33. And
yes, sir.
12 plus 9, 21. Minus 21 is 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4. This is the answer.
Sir, but
Can't
we
we apply
don't
center of mass
should
theorem?
not have calculated moment and done it like the previous question.
No, if you do it, you'll still get the same thing. In fact, you should do it like that, but yeah, Z is +3 and +2. That is clarified now.
Yes. Sir,
when we exactly like the previous problem has been solved, it is exactly the same.
Then how to add the two moment in different with the different axis of rotation?
Which one?
Sir, then we get different direction of the moments for force 1, force 2. Then how can we add them because they have different
They
axes?
are vectors. They are vectors.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so please do the problem sheet. If you are unable to solve the problem sheet, you will really struggle. Okay, this brings me to the end of topic 1. Only thing pending is question number 8. Some clarification is needed. Yes. Apart from that, problem sheet is resolved. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
I am.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I am seeing that I am hearing the
Yes,
voice
sir.
of only 2-3 people out of
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
how
Yes,
many?
sir.
Out of
Yes.
50
Yes,
students,
sir.
165
Yes, sir.
attended. The others who are keeping quiet, if you don't understand and if you keep quiet, it is your loss. So please, if you don't understand something, you have to take the initiative either by raising your hand or writing a message or speaking. But in this online, I think it is very difficult for me to look at the faces and then guess whether you understood or not understood. So in a real life classroom, I had that possibility, but here you have to raise your hand. Okay, everybody, this goes out for everybody.
Sir,
Yes, Raja, what is your question?
Sir, in the question number 8, in force, there is only 2 component. So how can we find the moment for 3? There is a 3 component per moment. You can see in the question only there is 2 component per force. So how can be the moment for there will be for 3 component?
No, you will have 3 components because there are 2 angles, theta and phi.
Sir, theta and phi there are 2 angles, but in the it will be oriented the it's given that phi, the theta angle is the perpendicular to the
So point C has X, Y, and Z components which are non-zero.
but the force has only 2 component, na?
There is arbor also.
So what will happen? C has XYZ component, so vector OC has XYZ component, vector P has
Force
Y
has
and
only
Z
2 component,
component.
na? So
So
how
why
movement? How can movement be for 3 component?
So R cross F, if R has XYZ component, F has Y and Z component, what are the components of M? Is it only limited to 2 or 3?
There will be 2 because one is 0. The one component force is 0. So how we can find movement for 3 component? I think question is incorrectly made. I think so.
I will
Yes,
come
sir.
back to
Yes,
you.
sir.
As I
Yes.
said, question number 8, I also think something is wrong. I will, by the end of day today, all of you will get an email or a post in MS Teams which will describe question number 8 better. Okay?
Yes,
Okay, sir.
sir,
Sir, would you
sir,
now
what?
discuss about the rules of the assignment that that will be given to us today?
Yes. So what will happen is today at 4:30 in Moodle, question assignment number 1 will be uploaded. You have to log into Moodle. You have time from today 4:30 all the way up to Sunday midnight to solve the 3 questions that are there. Out
Sir,
of that, one question you have to write it in a piece of paper neatly with your name, roll number, signature, and the final answer in a box. Scan it to a single PDF document. If you try to upload multiple PDF documents, then MS Teams will not accept it. So you need to have a single PDF document. The workout has to be uploaded. Yes, now what is your question? This is what I have to
Sir,
say.
we can choose any question we can upload.
No, it will be
We have to
written
choose
clearly which question you have to solve in a piece of paper and upload.
Only one question, sir.
Only one question will have to be worked out. There are total 3 questions, I think.
Okay, sir. Sir, one more
Sir,
doubt, sir. The previous year's, the previous Friday's paper which you have discussed, can you send it in PDF or in files in MS Teams?
Which one?
The previous Friday's paper, some paper you have solved, but that was not shared with us.
The video was solved. The video was saved. In the video, it is there.
Okay, sir. Means we will watch from the video.
अच्छा ठीक है. If I am able to locate the PDF, PPT or PDF, I will upload that also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, most of the problems from that were from the video only.
All the problems in that were in the video, na?
Yes, sir.
All the
Oh.
problems are there in the window, but for
Yes, sir.
Okay, you will get it. Don't worry.
Okay, sir.
Acha,
So
now
if there is
in
any
Moodle,
problem of our choice to
yes.
upload, you can choose any problem of our choice to upload from the assignment.
Please tell me. Hello, am I audible?
Sir, in Moodle, yes, sir. Sir, in Moodle, it is written attempts allowed equal to 1. What does that mean?
It means that once if you submit, you cannot restart the test again.
We can log out and submit after. Suppose I open today and log out and again log in, then it
You
will
can
be
do that
resumed.
for an assignment that is allowed, for an test that is not allowed.
Okay, sir.
Sir, are we going to get the dates of test before? Means when are we?
I have
Are we
already
going?
declared the dates of the test in the very first class.
Okay, sir.
Raja,
Sir,
either
regarding the question uploading,
Raja will answer first. Will ask first. Yes.
Sir, in the Moodle test, when I was giving the test, in the mid of test, it automatically log out, but the network connection is quite good. There is no network issue. But in certainly in the mid, it will log down and so that you have made the attempt. I have not submitted.
Please send me your name and roll number. I will forward it to the technical person.
Yes, sir. I have also write an mail to the help desk which has given to us, but they have not replied it.
Achha, ठीक है, we'll take care. Before the next exam, we will take care. Don't worry. Sahil, what is your question?
Sir, I wanted to ask that yesterday there was a power cut in my area, so I could not attempt the test. So can I attempt it again?
No, that test was time bound. That was a mock test. If during your actual exam you have a problem, we have to see at that time what to do.
Okay, sir.
But now the Moodle you can also access through your smartphone.
Okay, sir.
So it might be, if you are afraid of power cut, if there is an exam, you should try to do it with your smartphone perhaps.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
And
if we are
the
using
assignment pattern,
broadband,
sir, will there be an assignment every week like this?
There are 9 topics, there will be 9 assignments.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
For 13 weeks. This semester is 13 weeks. You will have 9 assignments and 3 exams.
Okay, sir.
Sir, we are unable to sign in Moodle app. We have to always open the website.
ठीक है.
Sir, we are unable to sign in Moodle app, sir.
So why you want to log into Moodle app?
Sir, it is easy to always open, reopen. We have always to keep password.
कोई बात नहीं. Don't worry. Otherwise it will crash. If you have app, then it is likely to crash.
So, should we upload the assignment in the MS Teams or in Moodle, sir?
MS Teams.
Sir, in Moodle website, it is showing that only one attempt allowed.
Yes, only one attempt is allowed for your test. That is right.
So, sir, we have to attempt this in one continuous manner, or we can.
That was for your test. Test, you have to attempt it in once. Today you are getting assignment. Assignment not necessary to attempt in once. Test will always be one attempt only. Yeah. Sarkar, what is your question?
Yes, sir. How and when will we get to know the results of the tests and the assignments?
Once the evaluation is complete, we'll tell you. Periodically, you will come to know.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Salman Khan.
yes, sir. How many questions will be there in today's assignment? And secondly, do we have to upload the solution to only one of the questions in MS Teams?
Yes, it is written clearly. Open Moodle, you will see how many questions are there and which question you have to upload. It will be written very clearly.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Subodh Kumar.
Hello, sir. Can we leave now?
Subodh Kumar.
Almost
sir, in all the future tests, can we navigate freely between the question, or we have to
No,
attempt at
in
one
none of
question?
the tests are you allowed to navigate between questions. In all the assignments, you are allowed to navigate between the questions.
But if we are able to do only few questions and we are left with some time in the end, so sir,
You have
there
to
must
manage
be an
better. You
option
have to
to.
manage better. The number of questions that are in the exam will be announced before. We'll tell you how many questions are there, but you have to manage better. Free navigation is not for tests.
That is why one more thing, we must upload the workout in PDF form only.
Yes, in a single PDF document.
Okay, sir.
Tejas Manish Saxena.
Yes, sir. So when will you be sending the next videos for the next
Today.
topic?
Today evening.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So the schedule for the next video, the next topic is 2D equilibrium. The video will be out today. Doubt solving on Thursday. Friday is the tutorial. Thursday evening, I will share the problem sheet. Friday, we will have the tutorial. Friday, you will also have an assignment to solve over the entire weekend. This is the schedule for topic number 2. Clear? Today video, Thursday doubt clearing, Thursday problem sheet, Friday tutorial, Friday assignment.
Okay, sir.
Good. Anything else, or can we close this class today?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I just wanted to ask, today's class had started at 2 p.m. But in the timetable it was 3, so I couldn't attend. Can
It
you
was
please
what?
mark? Sir, in the timetable it was from 3 p.m.
No.
3 to 5.
No,
sir, it's 2 only.
It's 2 to 4.
Sir, in section 1.
It was of yesterday time routine.
Yesterday 3 to 5, today 2 to 4. Section 1 and section 2.
Oh, okay, sir. Sir, can you mark my attendance now?
I have taken in the middle of the class around 3:15. I have downloaded the Excel sheet.
Sir, I was not there. Can you mark my name? Or
1 minute. I am downloading the Excel sheet again. If your name is in the one of the two attendance sheets, it's okay. Right now and at 3:15. Twice we have taken the attendance today.
okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Prabal Sonakia.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is your question?
Sir, I just wanted to ask that only.
Okay.
Sir, I have also doubt in question number 7 and 8, but I think I will ask the other friends.
I will also upload the video so you can have a look.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Diya Sarkar, any more questions?
No, sir.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, good. If nobody has any more questions, then I am winding it up. Important information for you is today 4:30 in Moodle assignment will open. Today around 5 or 6 p.m. or even before that, you will get access to the videos for the next topic. Assignment is due Sunday midnight, and your doubt solving for today's video is Thursday. These are the 4 things you have to keep in mind, okay? And
Yes, sir.
you have to upload one question on MS Teams. Please make sure it is one file. If you have solved it in more than one page, you have to somehow join it and make it into one document.
Okay, sir.
If you try to upload 2 documents, MS Teams will lead to problems.
Sir, I have one question that we will get only one day to solve the entire problem sheet, or because you said that Thursday you will give the problem sheet and the Friday there will be a tutorial.
Yes.
Yes.
So the idea is, I think from next time what we will do is, in the class currently as we discuss you will solve. So I will discuss a problem and then I will sit around for 5-10 minutes, you will solve it live. That way I think more utilization of your time. So the 2 hours that we spend today, in those 2 hours you can actually solve some problems rather than solving it before.
Yes,
It
sir.
is more
Okay, sir.
efficient for you that way. So what other teachers are saying that considering your time, if you do it like this, less time of yours will be spent.
Hello, sir. Can we
Yes,
leave
sir.
now?
Okay, sir.
Why you want to leave? There are still 3 minutes left. If it was a offline class, you would not leave in between the class. This is not right. Now I am sitting. एक साथ छोड़ेंगे. ठीक है. Any more questions? If not, then I am closing the meeting. Okay. So see you on Thursday.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
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 Thank you, sir.